Hello everyone and welcome to the RNG University. On tonight's episode and this whole week's series, I'm going to focus on tricolor creature decks. And of course, I'm going to start with the letter A, Abzan Toxic. So there have been a lot of Selesnya Toxic decks, and there have been a few Simic Toxic decks that focus on a venerated Raw Priest. I found this deck that looks quite interesting. It is Abzan, and it does run Raw Priest, but it does not focus on it. The whole deck is toxic. It's very similar to the Selesnya version, but with an inclusion of a 1-drop Toxic Death Touch critter, and also we have Drown in Ichor, which is just a -4/-4, but also Proliferate, which, as we all know, in Toxic deck is absolutely necessary as a win con if we can add up to 10 poison counters. Well, not necessary, but a big plus. Alright, so this is what the deck list looks like. We have lots of 1-drop, 4 Crawling Cores to guarantee that even if our opponent field clean, we still have Toxic Mites on the board. We have 4 Skrelv, of course, the good old Mother of Ruin that's Toxic Mother. And we have 4 Bilorus Dweller. I think I pronounced that right. It's a Death Touch Toxic Quitter, and it is absolutely amazing in getting in early damage, and your opponent can't really block it with like a Shieldred or a big blocky tanky creature, because it'll die. It's Death Touch. It'll kill it. And then we have 4 venerated Raw Priests. The funny thing about this card is, hey, you know what? We don't have that many targetings in this deck. So we can run it out turn 1, and if our opponent kills it using a kill spell, well, guess what? He did his job. He got 1 poison counter in. So it is actually not bad just to run it out and see what our opponent does with it. A lot of opponents see Raw Priest and they immediately think of how to remove it. That's the whole deck's going to build around it. Our deck is not built around it at all. And then we have 4 Jawbone Duelist. Double strike toxic attacks, gets double toxic in if it goes through. I would have 4 Skrelv Hive. I only have 3. I didn't want to go craft 1. So right now I'm only running 3 of these. This is the Skrelv Hive. Upkeep, get a 1/1 colorless Might. And then Corrupt, our toxic creature has Death Touch. Or no, I wish it has Death Touch. It has Lifelink. Not that great of a card. Honestly, my opinion-wise, this is good against maybe some mono-red decks or some deck that does not have any good control element and that will overwhelm the board eventually. What I don't like about this card is it's slow. If we go first, we play this turn 2, we get a Might turn 3, we don't get to attack with it until turn 4. So really, this is a turn 4 card, even if we play as early as possible. So that's why I don't think it's that good in a fast deck, but it does kind of overwhelm our opponent in the long run. I've been overwhelmed by this card very often when I'm playing a slower control deck that basically looks to remove a card at a time, like a mono black deck. If we have to wait till invoke, there probably will be 3 or 4 of these Hive Mites out already. So if they invoke us, we can still attack with the little Mites. So I guess that's something. And of course, I talked about this already. 4 Draw in Ichor, it's a removal, but it also proliferates, so it gives additional toxic. And we have Slaughter Singer, of course, a toxic deck as Selesnya color. We have to run this. He's toxic too, but he also pumps all of our other toxic creatures when they attack. So it's something. And then we have 3 casts in the Toxic Brutal Cathar. Very brutal, very toxic, and you can also exile artifacts. This card is called Centric, if you didn't get that joke. So, it's a pretty good card as a removal, just so that we can keep on attacking. And we have 3 Bloated Contaminator. A lot of the deck list I found runs 2, but because I had to cut a Skrelv Hive, I added an extra Bloated Contaminator to see how it runs in those kind of combinations. That is an extra 3-drop and 1 less 2-drop that might be important, but remember, right, I think Skrelv Hive is more of a turn 4 card anyways, so if we're missing that 2-drop in an early game, it's okay, we got other 1-drops to kind of fill in the gap. This deck, very, very low to the ground, low curve, so we don't have that many lands, but we do have a lot of flair in our land. So look at this. We have 4 Caves of Koilos, 2 Deathcap Glade, 2 Llanowar Wastes, 1 Brushland, 3 Razorverge Thicket. Right, we have Abzan deck, we have a lot of Abzan colors. Now keep in mind, I'm only running a Brushland because I don't have 4 Razorverge Thickets. I would cut a Brushland or the Brushland for a Thicket if I have an extra one, and I definitely would not run any Deathcap Glade because it's a tap land, and I'd much rather have 4 Llanowar Wastes. I'm not going to go craft Llanowar Wastes, but 4 in the deck is better because I don't care if it deals 1 damage to me. Ping lands are better because they come into play untapped, unconditionally. And guess what? If we have Hive out, or Toxic Hive lifelink. So we can pay the life. It's fine. And then we have 2 Myrics, additional Toxic, and also mana fixing, because when it comes into play, it can tap for mana of any color, and for that 1 turn, we can use it for any color, any spell. And then we have 2 Secluded Courtyard. Now, a lot of you might think that, hey, why not run 4, right? Oh, every single card in this, every single creature in this deck is a Phyrexian, so you can just name Phyrexian. The problem with that is the Skrelv of Hive is not Phyrexian. Drown Ichor is not Phyrexian. So if we want to play those specific cards, we're not going to be able to. So that's why it's only 2 off. But if you want to run 4 off and instead not run the Deathcap Blade or not run Brushland, it's considerable. And then we have 4 Seacore. Now that is the Toxic Pumper that you do want, right? It's only colorless mana, so it's not that great. And then we got 2 Duran Portal. Again, like what I said about Pingland, it is only there because we can have lifelink. So that's the whole deck. I copy a lot of the deck list from the Abzan Toxic that I found. I made just small tweaks, and I want to see what this deck does with those small tweaks. And if I don't like it, I might make large tweaks. And you know me, I like to play control style decks, but I do want to try out different flavors to see what kind of result we will get. So let's go to standard ranked, and let's go to Abzan Toxic. And see how this deck performs. It looks interesting, but of course, as any creature deck, low to the ground deck goes, we really have to get off early. Alright, our first opponent is Turi Bahan. There's no B in there. Tuyunham. I don't know why I'm looking at his name. I should look at my hand. I have 3 lands and 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, so I'm gonna keep. That's a pretty good hand. I'm gonna say hi. I'm going to play the Corin Chorus. Pass the turn. Now, I did think about playing the Rot Priest first, but this card is impossible to remove turn 1. Swift Sphere is going to aggro me. He has to deal 10 damage. I have to deal 20. So that's fine. Okay, so I can use this and name Phyrexian. He has 1 Toxic in. Oh, it's Rakdos. Rakdos Monastery Swift Sphere. That's interesting. And our opponent quits right away. So, our fame precedes us, I guess. We didn't even get really that many Abzan cards out. Oh, that's turn 1. Game 1. You'll get a new daily quest every 24 hours. They should make that into like 6 hours. Actually, no, 8 hours, so we should have 3 quests a day. Cauldron. Reminds me of a Simpson joke. Okay, we go first. We got 1 drop into 2 drop into 3 drop. We don't have 3 lands, but it will come to us. Let's play the Skrelv. Turn 1, let's see if he has removal. Seacore. Okie doke. If that's the case, let's all ramp our opponent with the Hive. I'm not going to attack here because he'll just block and then we'll just trade, and I don't know how relevant that would be. Attacks. We're poison. We are very poisoned. And he's got a Duelist. And we got a Seacore. Now, this only gives it Toxic 1 and Hexproof on the color, which means that it doesn't do anything in a block. That's kind of a problem, right? Let's just take it out. Should we? Should we take it out? Hey, get out of here, you. Alright. Does he have any destruction? He might. Let's not attack. Let's hold up the Skrelv, because we might need it. The Seacore can't be activated right now, so we're not that worried. He can pump it for 2, right? If he pumps for 2, what can we do? If he pumps for 2, if we block, if he pumps for 2, that's only a 3, I think. But will I get caught off guard by like an Eganjo or something? Yeah, you know what? No blocks. I don't get caught off guard by an Eganjo. I can go up to 2 poison. Contaminator. Okay, so I want to drown the Contaminator. That's my next turn. Let's play our Crawling Chorus. Actually, let's not do that. Let's pay with life on the Might. Is this the Might that can attack? This come into play this turn, right? This enter battle this turn. Okay, good. So I gotta be sure, you know. Let's make it pro green. Attack with it. Get 2 poison. No, what are you doing? Let me crawl first. And then I can drown this. Take 2. Proliferate. Submit 1. It died. We have lifelink. Fantastic. Now that's a board. Slinger? Okay. I mean, let's pay a white. Wait, no. Wrong. Let's pay a... Yeah, it is white. This is green to play the Slaughter Singer. Do I want to attack with this? No, I'm afraid of the Jawbone Duelist, and I don't need to attack with all of them. There. Those are some stuff. He's taking all the damage? Okay, well. There's an additional thing, and I'll end turn. What is he gonna do? He's at 6 Toxic, a poison counter, and he has 2 creatures. I don't think there's any way to come out of this. And GG. Poison decks are fun, isn't it? Everyone is playing the exact same style. Was the last game poison? No, last game was burn. Or, sort of, Rakdos. I don't know what happened, but they played a swamp and then quit. And in this game was poison, now I'm poisoned. But we gotta go first, so we out-poison their poison. And now you can change the art used to represent your deck by dragging cards onto the deck image during deck building. I don't know why that matters. I mean, like, I do it all the time, but I don't know why that matters. We're playing is empty. Our opponent is empty, just like that jar he's holding. We're going first again. We do have a 1-drop into a 2-drop. We might not be able to get off the 3-drop, but I'm gonna... Oh, that's bad. That's a tap land. That's the only tap land we have in the deck, and we drew it. But I do have to keep because I have a 1-drop, so... White. Chorus. Alright, if we don't draw a land next turn, we're probably gonna lose. We did draw a land. Fantastic. And our opponent played one of the worst things they can play, because that does not produce any mana. Alright, let's duel this. Hajar. Okay, we can remove it. I guess removing is probably best. Is it? Is it best? Wrong land. Okay, I can't remove it now. So, guess we'll play Contaminator because wrong land. Now they can't say I'm not playing on curve. I can get it to 2 poison next turn. So next turn will be 3 poison, but my Jawbone Duelist dies. I don't want that to die. Hopeful Initiate. Thalia. Still gonna have to force me to play off curve. Alright, so this sacrifice it to give legendary creatures +1/+0 and indestructible. So I can kill with Thalia. Black. White. I'm gonna tap this just because I can. I want to kill his Thalia because it's first strike. And that's the only one he can give it indestructible, right? If I kill this, or if I target this, he will sacrifice it, so I'll get nothing out of it. I wonder if he'll sacrifice it in response. Submit. Alright, I killed a Thalia. I will attack with the 4 and the 1, because this card's not doing anything. If he blocks, this will trample over. He has to double block here, just so that it doesn't trample over. Yep. I draw land there, unfortunately. If I draw any one cast, I would have been able to cast it. Jedmir? That's interesting. Lands! All lands. Lands, boys and girls. Will he block? He'll block this way. He'll block this way. Okay, well. Guess we trade. And then I'll play a Thicket because... No, do I play a Thicket? I don't need that much lands in this deck. And I just want to blow a Contaminator out, which I have out now. I don't know. It all comes to turn 2 where I play the wrong land, I guess. Another Jetmir. Well, opponent has better cards than we're drawing, because we're drawing land, so I'm going to leave. I don't think that's a loss as far as plays go, as much as we drew 7 lands in our top 15 cards. Makes it look like we have half land in the deck, which we don't. So that's 3 games, that's fine. If you win too many games, the shuffler will make sure that you don't keep winning, no matter how good or bad your deck is. Yoda for Prez. That's nice, but you're using Sarah Avatar. And finally, we don't get to go first. We do still have a 1-drop into a 2-drop. 1-drop. Yeah, we can keep this hand. So we have to play this first so that we can play the Villainous Skullkeeper. The Boros right now. I'm guessing Jeskai? Oh no, it's a weird deck for sure. So if we attack here, this doesn't give it additional counters. So there's no reason. Yeah, he's toxic, alright. Now we got Skrelv. So this one, whenever it attacks, it gets +X, where X is the number of great creatures he controls. This is an equipment deck. Funny enough. For Maraudin. Is he gonna equip it? What? I'm confused. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna attack, see if he blocks, and then decide from there. Okay, so since he blocks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drown an Ichor, the Cordurin. Right, that will remove his only creature. Proliferate. And then I can put my other Bilorous Skull Wielder out. So now I have 2 creatures to attack next turn. I don't know if I want to remove that creature, but it seems like that's the theme of the deck, so might as well do it. I would not play this, unless that's his only land, because this would be a very good 1/1 surprise to catch my attacking creatures. That's my opinion, though. I could be wrong, but that's probably what I would do. Now here's what a Hive is doing its thing. Is it double strike? Double strike. Top deck land. That's no fun. Alright, I wanted to play 2 spells, but I can't because I top deck land. So I guess I would just play the Slaughter Singer, attack, and see what happens. He can't block both, so at least we got that going. And we'll play our Cave, maybe? Play the Cave. Doesn't matter. Does not matter at all. Yep. I have a feeling he's gonna pump this for a lot, right? So I think it makes sense to block here. Not that I want to. What does this do? Whenever this or another enter the battlefield, attach equipments to it, and equipped creatures get +1/+1. And he can make a cat. Alright. Alright. And a Lion Sash. Well, the problem is we've been drawing lands. That turn, if I had another creature to play, it would have been much better. Oh well. Now he's got a 2/2. Land again? At least it's a good land, but still. This is double strike. Alright, let's see. We can pump this. That'll kill the cat. This does not do anything because it's double strike. Right, at least the Hive is keep providing us creatures. But we gotta stop top decking lands. This is no bueno. No, no, no bueno. Fateful Absence. Our only creature. Gone. He needs a blocker. I wonder what he will do. Well, now I know he has no pumps. Okay. He doesn't gain... yeah, he gains +1 on counters. Four, 2. I mean, it's 8 damage, you know? That's something. It's pretty scary. Top deck land. Watch. Oh, look. It's a slightly better than the land. I think I still lose, though, because I can pump this for 1. Right? And then I can gain 3 life. I don't know. Let's draw a card and see what I get. Maybe it's something good. I think that was a mistake. It didn't matter. Let's choose Phyrexian. Wait. I'm gonna go combat first. So I know which one is the one attacking. Gain a little bit of life. And turn. What do you top deck? Flying and haste. I think I just die from here. Yeah, flying and haste. Actually, no. He can't re-equip, so I'll take 6 from here, and I don't know if I can deal 6 damage to him. He just needs to deal 8, because this deals 1 extra damage to me. Oh, this means that I have to block with the Skrelv. I can't. That means I take 6 here. It's not trampled though, so... I'm going on a 2. I can get 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 toxic on my opponent. I can't get 6. Right? I have to proliferate twice, which I don't have a chance to. This can exile the Lion Sash. I don't know if that helps because... Well, I can exile the... I can't exile the Glider. I can exile the Rebel, but he gets flying. He gets flying and double strike. That's really annoying. So... I just gotta get rid of the double strike, right? The double strike is what's scary. So if I get rid of the double strike, I might have an extra turn to block. I think that's how it works. Seven. Do I want 8? Do I need to keep Skrelv out? I mean, I think I die if I have white to use the ability on. So I gain 6. Actually, no, I gain... What was that? 7. Okay. Eight. Now this is all going to depend on how he attacks. Oh, wait, he can just exile. Okay, that's GG. Yep. Unfortunate. I almost had it, which does show that on turn 3, I believe, or 4, where I drew that 1 extra land. If it wasn't an extra land, this would have been a different game. Yeah, it does prove that the Hive is pretty good in those kind of situations, right? Our opponent can't do anything, and we kind of just grind them out slowly. We can outvalue them, which is surprising in an Abzan deck. Especially when our top curve is 3 mana. Sky Arc. So, no, that's Sky Rash. Alright, we're gonna go first. We got a 1, 2, 3 drop with... Okay, I'm gonna try this out and hopefully it'll work. Play the Crawling Forest first. We can get the Hive out next turn. Let's go in for the damage first. We got the damage in. Let's get the Hive out. Being able to play Hive on turn 2 is very important. Our opponent's mono red with nothing. Oh, mono red artifact. Interesting. Well, here's the thing about mono red artifact is that you just played right into my hands. Give me that. Maybe it would have been better to play the Bloated Contaminator there. Huh. Well. Well, I want to play on curve this turn, so I guess we'll put out a Bloated Contaminator. Put him to 4. He has 5 mana for an artifact. -5, -5? Yep. On a Bloated Contaminator, probably. I don't disagree with that, but I also don't agree with that. Now the problem with the Rock Priest... How good is a Rock Priest? I don't think it's that good. Whereas in the Slaughter Singer, can actually deal a lot of damage for me. Is that 7? He does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mana. Brotherhood's End. I still have 2 more. Drown and Ichor. Is that lethal? Let's go for damage first. Let's play the Venerator Rot Priest. And then we'll drown our own 1/1. Yes. Okay. Look at that. 10. Dead. GG. Alright, so there are times where the deck does look unbeatable, even off 3 lands and not even the good colors. So yeah, the deck itself is pretty strong. I'm not gonna say otherwise. When it compared to Selesnya Toxic or Simic Toxic, I think it slots right in the middle. I feel like Selesnya Toxic is probably a lot stronger, or at the very least a lot more consistent. I would say this deck is a little bit stronger because we have a bigger chance of hitting a 1-drop, which is important in these sort of aggressive style games, right? So in that sense, this deck is better, but Selesnya is more consistent. I would say that overall, because the deck list is only 2 colors, so you're not really going to get mana screwed that often, and for some reason, we've been drawing a lot of lands in this deck, and I don't know why, because if you look at the land base, it's only 22 lands in the deck. So yeah, I don't know why. But that's something to shuffler for you. The deck itself is, I would say, leagues better than the Simic deck, because we're not relying on the Rot Priest. The Rot Priest comes out, our opponent gets scared, but we don't care if they remove it, because everything else gets poisoned, and everything else is what's killing our opponent. Hive. This card is MVP. Absolutely MVP. I would say craft 4 if you don't have 4. If you want to play a Toxic deck, you should have 4. I'm coming around on this card. I always thought it was kind of weak because, you know, it's a turn 4 thing. But think about it like a wedding announcement, right? You would pay a wedding announcement turn 3. That makes 1/1s. This is like turn 2. That makes 1/1s on your next turn. So it's just like a wedding announcement. That's discounted 1 less. It just doesn't make an extra creature that turn. Right, so that's not that bad. This card is actually really, really good. And unlike a wedding announcement that pumps your board, this gives your board lifelink, which is absolutely amazing against all of the other aggro decks that's trying to bring you down on life. And they don't really have enchantment removal, so this just reigns supreme. That's something that I did not expect. So yeah, Skrelv Hive, MVP of the deck. And for Abzan or Selesnya Toxic deck, you gotta have 4. This deck is very good. I don't know if it's fun or not, depending on if you like Toxic, if you hate Toxic, that's going to be different, but this deck is definitely good. Alright, that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.